live right now. I'll firstly apologize for the poor audio you're probably going to have to suffer and go through. I'll be investing in some new microphone if I decide to go down the alleyway of streaming more often and using the sound, or the audio I should say. So I'll present myself quickly. I'm a French player, currently in APA, which won the latest Splits Cup, and I've been going from Serenity to APA for for the latest seasons now. So yeah, anyway, today I'll be reviewing my latest session. I'm using this as a test stream to see if this can be at least interesting or exciting for me and maybe valuable for other players. And I'm also trying to see if the audio will be terrible. I know there's some kind of background noise which I need to fix, probably with a new microphone. Yeah, I'll probably need to learn how to speak better as I stream, as I go along, because right now I'm not very fluent. So yeah, I'm a mobile player, but right now I'm streaming from my PC to review gameplay or stream. I think that will be easier. So right now I'm currently kind of try-harding, or at least trying to achieve a high average damage per battle, and actually average damage but monthly. So this month I'm looking to get to around 4k average damage, and so my recent sessions have been quite good. I think I'm kind of getting there, and I wanted to probably use my latest games to test my stream out, and I think it'd be interesting to review. I could in the future do some videos in French, but I think I'll stick to English for now. So yeah, here we go. Let's go to the replays and start by today's first battle. So I'm mostly using the STB and T57, SDRV and KPZ as let's say damage farmer tanks. So why so? Because if you notice, I'm kind of using at least mostly mobile tanks. So STB, SDRV and KPZ are kind of mobile tanks. T57 not so much, but I think he gets like, I think the T57 compensates by having like a really good gun. What I mean by that is that the fact that you're a clipper with small entry clip, great damage per minute, and that you're a heavy tank kind of compensates for this mobility in the way that you can do a lot of damage very quickly, and it doesn't matter if you aren't able to. I mean, I'm playing for damage, right? So I don't care as much if I lose the game. And in T57, sometimes you'll lose the game because you're not quick enough to go from a position to another to escape, and so and so. But for a damage farming tank, it's great because you can dump 1,200 or 800 there, and 400 there, whatever, and you'll always be able to get 2-3 clips for free, and then you only need a couple of extra shells to get over 4k, and I find this quite easy. On the other hand, with other tanks, I kind of like to prefer mobility in a general way, because it allows you to get away from a flank, get in position quickly, get some free shots, at the end of the game run away, get some safe position, and farm a couple of extra shells that help you cross that 4k damage. It's also key to have mobility because in quick games, which you often have in WotB Blitz, you will need to scramble for damage at the end of the game, so you'll be fighting, I mean, as if you're trying to farm damage, you're not only fighting versus the opponent, you're also fighting versus your team, so essentially 1 versus 13, because you want to get more damage than they are going to get, right? So you're fighting with them for damage. And if you aren't fast enough, sometimes your allies will get to the damage before you do. So this means it's critical to have like a tank that can get to damage fast. So mobility is obviously very good there, and you want to be able to do damage quickly. So you also want to have good DPM. And this is mostly achieved through KPZ and STRV. STB's DPM is decent, but it's nothing like really special. It's 3,200, 3,300 if I'm not mistaken. And T57 is like over 3,000, but it's a clipper, so it doesn't really mean that much. So yeah, I want to, in these couple of games, I'm going to show you and review. Keep in mind, I'm not playing for the win, so I'm not necessarily going to try to help my allies. I might sometimes let them die or not finish one-shots just because I want to do more damage. So if they die, it's sometimes better for me because they won't do damage and I will be able to farm off their backs. So this doesn't sound good. It sounds really selfish, and it is, because this is how you have to do to play for damage. Next month I'll probably be going for win rates, and then the game philosophy really changes, where you want to actually save your allies, keep them alive, and not really focus on damage, and take like good positions to win the game. It changes a lot. I'll probably explain more when I get there. So let's go for the first battle of the day, which was in the STB. So as you can see, kind of sluggish, like very slow lineup against us. Like, I'm gonna pause straight away. 2 Jagdpanzers, 1 FE, Super Conk and T57, really slow tanks, so they have quite a lot of HP. I can probably be aggressive once I know where they are. We also have a kind of sluggish lineup, but as you see, like, the game finishes really quickly, 2 minutes 35, so I don't have a lot of time to do damage, but I don't know that yet. And we'll have to see what happens in real time. They have Bashat and STB, which will probably contest the corner. Okay, in the future I'll try to like get some tool to draw, because this is really annoying right now. I'd like to be able to draw on the screen to show you some stuff. So yeah, my opening is going to be in this bush over there, like kind of a TD bush. I don't want to go to corner because I'm afraid I might get slapped by the TDs and get outtraded by the other mediums. And I know, like, often some people will kind of go in the middle, especially when the opponents have kind of a slow lineup like this. So STB pops. Right here I kind of misplayed. I should have been behind the bush. So what, like in what Blitz and what PC, if you are, I believe it's 10-15 meters behind the bush becomes opaque like this, and you can shoot through it and retain a lot of camo. But if you do like me, this was a mistake, I was kind of lazy, and you don't pull back, the bush is transparent, and when you shoot you'll lose like most of your camo. So always try to back up as far as you can behind the bush before you shoot, so you retain a lot of camo and avoid getting spotted for free. I might have gotten like, I was kind of safe, but I mean, still good to do. So yeah, unfortunately the enemy STB cops a Jagdpanzer shell. It's already down to 700. I'm kind of afraid they are playing on the other side, but Sheridan is spotting, so they seem to be playing middle of city. So I'm going to be advancing on the flank, maybe trying to get some cross shots. Right now I'm going to take a risk and cross this area. Might get shot, but luckily I don't. I'm going to miss this shell. I mean, not very accurate gun, but I didn't aim properly. I'm going to be able to get a couple of shots into the T57. Lucky this one goes in. Conqueror's looking at me, he gets a shot off. I'm going to connect with the rear of T57, and now I'm advancing, so I'm safe. I'm looking for angles in T57, might get one, yeah, finish him. Now I'm going to focus on the STB and 2 Jagdpanzers that are in front of me. So right now I'm kind of racing for damage because I'm seeing this game is kind of accelerating and getting to its closure already, so I need to do damage fast, so I'm going to be aggressive. Doesn't matter if I'm taking shells. Jagdpanzer already down to one-shottable, second Jagdpanzer down to 1000, down to 500, down to one-shottable. The game is already over. I'm up to 2000 damage, which is probably like half of how much damage I really need to do, what I'm aiming for at least. So now, yeah, like only 3 tanks left. Kind of feeling like it's not going to be a good game. I'm trying to get to the back, to the rear of the Super Conqueror to get a HE, aiming for it, but I'm gonna mess up here. Yeah, first game of the day, looking rough. I'm gonna load back to APCR and put my shot in. FE is dead, it doesn't matter, no time to get to him. Super Conk dead, no time to get to him. Bad shot, whatever, dead, no time to get to him. So we're gonna have to end this game with 2,800 damage. I think I could have played maybe a tiny bit more aggressively, but to be honest, not much more I could do to do more damage in this game. I mean, the Japanese managed to do a lot of damage because he got like at least 2 or 3, I mean, 3 shots into like the STB, the T-57, and probably Jagdpanzer, I assume. So yeah, the Jagdpanzer did a lot of damage in this situation because he could just like peekaboo and the timings were perfect for him. Otherwise the damage is kind of well spread. Yeah, not much to say. T-57 did a kind of misplay on the other team. So here we go. Next replay is going to be again STB because often I kind of get tilted when I do like a kind of bad game for my standards. And I'll play the tank again. So sometimes this can be good, sometimes this can be bad. If you tilt, I'd advise you to stop playing. Like, in my opinion, if you tilt, you're going to play worse. And this creates like a negative feedback loop in which you'll kind of play worse and worse and not be able to catch up with the initial game you were trying to make up for. But this time, I mean, I was in a good mood, I managed to go through. Also, if you're tryharding as I am, what I'll usually do is if I see I'm not playing properly or the matchmaking's treating me badly or I'm not happy with how I'm playing, I'll just stop playing because I don't want to make my stats worse, and it's not worth my time to just get annoyed, like have some bad games and just like generally not have a good time. So I'll just stop playing, start playing like another time. I'm also a fan of playing when I'm in a good mood, when I'm calm, and when I'm like feeling fresh, if you know what I mean. So when I'm feeling my brain is working properly, when I'm actually well awake. So if I'm feeling tired, if I'm feeling like kind of stressed, if I'm feeling not in a good mood, I just won't play. At least not random battles. So yeah, this out of way we can continue. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm using like some random avatar because I honestly think it helps not to be focused. If you're playing with test tanks, if you're playing in a good clan, if you have like some kind of special avatar or whatever, or you're level 50 or you're playing an overpowered tank, some people will just tend to YOLO you. If people like know you, they'll tend to YOLO you, and this will probably have some negative effect on your average damage. So sometimes this can help your win rate actually, because if you're taking a good position, people will YOLO you and your team will be able to farm off your back, and that might lead to some free wins. But if you're going for damage, they will YOLO you, kill you, and then game over, and you're not happy because you did bad damage. Low damage, I should say. So yeah, I'm playing in the most incognito way possible. I think actually WotPC did a good job of preventing any kind of stream sniping, or at least focus on some players by adding an anonymizer where your name in battle is not displayed, it just displays a random name, and that's what they also do in other games. I think this WotBlitz should really add this feature, to be honest. Okay, let's go. I should stop rambling. So yeah, enemy team kind of fast lineup, to be honest. Fast heavy tank, medium, slow heavy tank, kind of fast TD, like medium, fast heavy tank again. We've got to be careful about FE and Foch. FE could be bad if they just tap us with Hesh, and Foch YOLOing us could be disastrous, but I think that we should be safe, so I'm going to take a kind of safe position. I see my team is kind of playing super passive, like seriously. I'm pre-aiming middle in case some medium will pop up, which happens sometimes, well quite often even. So yeah, my team is playing super passive, which is kind of annoying me. They're barely up anywhere, it's been already 20 seconds. I think they could have done better, to be honest. but I can't do anything, and yeah, Panzer is still in the back. I don't know. Projector is going to be taking this position, which is going to allow us to have some information in the town. I'm playing in a safe position while my team is deploying themselves. Yeah, just waiting for something to happen. Don't YOLO, don't take any aggressive positions if you don't have to. I'm really trying to conserve my hit points every single game, so I can use them at the end of the battle. So, nothing spotted in the south. North, we spot Foch, FE. Now, right now, I know I have a good positions to farm this Foch. He's not going to push forward because he's going to get deleted by my team if he does so. I'm getting kind of free shot, but yeah, my gun is not shooting me well. STB nerf has kind of destroyed the accuracy on the gun, but still connecting a few shots. FE and TVP getting in some really bad positions, which I'll be able to farm for free. I'm not really concerned about the speed of the game because my Progetto is suiciding, if you can see on the minimap, and I can farm those guys for free and they're not getting killed so fast. Also, my team is kind of sluggish and still in spawn kind of, so I have a lot of time to deal damage in this game. So right now I'm not looking to my right, but I'm monitoring the minimap, so I actually see where the enemies are. So this is what's happening on the other side. So they kind of have like some AFK tanks, which I'll be able to reach and farm later. I don't need to do anything about it. Obviously our Progetto suicided, which isn't really good, but I mean, in the context of I'm farming damage and the enemies are still very far, I mean, it's kind of a positive for me. We'll shortly be killing those guys, so TVP is out of the game, Foch about to be out of the game, FE out of the game now. WZ is waiting for us, so we'll be getting a quick shot into his tracks, hopefully. Yes, we do. Praying to not get hashed by FE if he didn't move, but he's still in the back, I believe. Lucky bounce on the Super Conqueror. We need to make pressure because I need to do some damage right now. My DPM is not the greatest, I remember, as I said earlier. Auto-aim is kind of screwing me up here. I failed to actually turn off the auto-aim or actually use it properly, so I'm getting kind of screwed up by this VZ and my auto-aim and my actual skill to aim. Up to 3,500. I feel like this game can be good, so I feel this game can be big and I can catch up the kind of low damage I did last game. VZ is not the best of players. He's struggling with gun depression. I'm just farming him, trying to be aware of the FE. I might have copped a shot here and died. This would have been my mistake, my misplay, but there was another target that was easier for him. And this is allowing me to farm some extra. So this was a mistake on my side, to not be more careful about the FE. I thought I was safe, but I wasn't. Now I'm going to pressure 50B. I just want damage. I still have a lot of HP, so there we go. Check quick track shot, already up to 5,400. Now free shot on the FE, which isn't looking at me. He's still focused on the dude shoots, so I know I can get my last shot onto him. Aiming for the fuel tanks, gonna get the fire since the fuel tanks were already damaged. Looking to get some few shots into the super comp, but he's gonna get hashed, yes, and FE low rolls, and I'm getting the quick shot to kill him. 6,000, around 6,300, 6,400 damage in about 2-3 minutes, I believe. So yeah, this was a fast-paced game, I'd say, except for the start that was kind of sluggish, ace tanker, whatever. Yeah, VZ didn't have a really good game. He might have gotten only a shot into me. I'm not sure about it. And Evie could have nuked me, as I said. So yeah, top damage, whatever. I missed a couple of shells, but I think it's fine because in mediums you'll often like go for a couple of cheeky rounds or difficult shells. Also, my auto messed me up in one of those. Nothing really to say about this game, to be honest. I don't know whether battle duration is actually probably an efficiency. Nope. Or am I blind? Might be blind. Okay, anyway. Okay, that was 3 minutes 30, so kind of short battle. I think my average battle time is 3 minutes 10 seconds, so no, I mean it's just around my average. Now turn to the KPZ. So this tank, I didn't really talk about the STV, but basically what you need to know is I use it because it's fast enough, flexible, and because of the gun depression obviously, and the gun isn't that bad, so you can have a lot of use in every game, and yeah, and it's kind of this like slightly armored enough so you can make not so good players bounce on your turret and get some lucky shots. I mean, some lucky bounces. KPZ on the other hand is like comparable mobility, maybe actually a bit slower. Has better hull armor though because of the pike nose or whatever it's called. Turret is not very well armored, but it bounces sometimes because people tend to shoot a lot of AP in this game. Obviously, if they're trying to maximize damage, they'll be shooting AP, but cold rounds go through the cheeks of the turret really easily, and tank destroyers will just go through butter. Through this like it's butter, I mean. DPM on this tank is really good. If you're running adrenaline, you'll be up to like 4k DPM, and it will make you able to farm up some tanks really quickly, so when you get into position at the end of the game, or if you get to a full HP target and they're isolated, you'll be able to kill them probably before they do, and you'll be able to kill them before your team gets to them and starts damaging the target. So this is really good for a tank that you want to use to farm. So on this map, I don't really enjoy this map. I think it will be reworked soon, but not by much, to be honest. I have two choices. I'll either go like north or south. So south of the factory or north of the factory. I think I'm going to decide to go north this time into the corner. I don't really like to play there because if they have a lot of tanks and they play aggressive, you can get deleted and then you're having a really bad game. But I see they have like 2 TDs and maybe like only 2 mediums, and the rest of the tanks are kind of slow except the VC that can get there, but bad gun depression, so it doesn't really count that much. I'm taking this kind of bush on the right side because it allows you to get some spots before they actually get to the corner and escape kind of easily. You don't really want to go to the right side, I mean left side of the corner. Here I'm kind of scared because the 268 will obviously pen me like a butter. Just getting a quick shot and pulling back. I'm kind of blocked by this Batchat, and luckily T-57 misses his first shot. Batchat shouldn't be blocking me, but I mean, what can I do about this? They didn't know he was there, could have been more aware, maybe been more careful about him getting behind us. So yeah, you don't want to be taking this E50M position probably, because enemies will either rush like this into the E50M position and kill you. You can't do anything, you can't farm them easily. It's kind of difficult in some games. I mean, like, it's not the most consistent play is what I'm trying to say. I'm really trying to go for plays that are keeping me safe, are consistent, and in which I can either keep my hit points for the end of the game when we lose and I need to use my hit points to farm extra damage, or to push through and lose my hit points to get to those targets and to farm those targets. So yeah, okay, let's continue. Now we've spotted 3 tanks actually in this area. I'm gonna farm them. In city we have 2 heavies that are brawling with the enemy 2 heavies. I think they're gonna win their brawl. We have 1 TD sitting in spawn actually, which is the FE if I'm correct. I'm still farming, kind of chilling. My Foch is here. Yeah, I see this TVP is rushing. So now I have like a golden opportunity. I'm fine to trade maybe 800, even 1000 hit points for the move I'm making, because I see the FE is on reload, and this TVP is tunnel visioning, like 100% tunnel visioned, and I can use HE on his sides, on his rear, to actually pump my damage per minute up to probably like 4,500, even 5,000, without using adrenaline. And if I use adrenaline, I'll even have extra chances to damage his modules and set him on fire, blah blah blah. So yeah, I'm going after him, as I see I probably have a lot of time and I'll be alone to farm him. I'm copying 1 shot for it, it's a low roll, luckily for me. And there goes the TVP, still tunnel visioning, trying to escape because he's noticing his vid points are vanishing quite fast. And yeah, that was easiest 1,600 damage of my life. Done in probably like 15 seconds, maybe 20. Now I'm pulling up. I'm trying to get a couple of shots into the Foch. I know I'm safe from the enemy team. Our heavies are, I believe, winning the brawl in the factory. Yes, they are. I know the game is probably soon over because these guys are going to die. The guy in the corner is probably low HP. I'm talking about 268 and what was it already? WZ or something? I don't remember. And I know I need to make pressure on Foch and Batchat because I want to get some damage fast. I think T57 has relocated actually, we'll see that later. So yeah, I'm rushing Batchat because I think I'm safe right now. So yeah, it's not the fastest of tanks, but it gets around, it gets the job done. I'm getting in front of the Batchat, I'm fine to trade some hit points, I have some armor, I'm hold down, I'm getting some lucky bounces. Third lucky bounce actually, because this was an easy pen for the T57, and now he gets it in finally. So yeah, the T57 hadn't lost a ton of HP actually. 60 TP gets killed. A lot of tanks get cleared, so now it's 4-0. I need to do some damage. I'm close to 4k, and now I'm fine to trade some hit points. Poor shot by me actually, shooting into the gun, kind of lazy. Now I'm side hugging him because I can get some easy bounces. Usually people will miss if you side hug and they won't really take the time to aim. So yeah, using adrenaline to farm the T57, maybe getting a fire. Yep, we are. And now I'm gonna be kind of greedy and misplay because I'm trying to go for the last extra bit of damage. I know I'm being greedy right now, but I'm still doing it. Foch pulls up, I miss, don't have time to aim. My tank is really too slow to get around the corner and I die here. I could have probably gotten 1 or 2 extra shots in, but it's fine. I mean, my team is going to clear them up. They have plenty of hit points. So yeah, this was a like 3 minutes 20, 30 game. Not much to say, just I was aggressive in the right time. I was only second class though. I was aggressive in right timing. I seized the opportunity on that TVP to nuke his ass, and yeah, nothing more to say. Even if Batchat and T57 had penetrated me, I would have still managed to probably do 4k 300 damage or something like this. I mean, you've got to take your chances if you're going for damage sometimes. Yeah, again, I was advantaged or lucky. My team was kind of slow to clear the tanks and was kind of scared to push in front when they could have. Okay, let's go to the next game. STRV now. Nah, yeah, now I'm using my APA avatar. Okay. So yeah, I was thinking about going to the north, but I decided to go north. By north I mean the north corner of the map, which is actually left for me right now, but I'm gonna decide to go middle. Sheridan, I expect Sheridan to be there, I expect STRV to be there, or Kranwagen. There's not much TDs, not many TDs, only one Yak Tiger, so I don't expect that many tanks to be camping at the back as they usually do. Sheridan pops up, I'm kind of hold down for him, he misses his shell, unlucky. And he gets nuked in response. Not always the best decision to pop in up the ridge like this in the beginning of the game. Kind of AFK right now. I think this was actually my first game of the day, because I noticed my commands weren't set right since the update, because I hadn't played. They made this new quick commands button and it kind of messed everything up, so I was thinking time to change my commands right there. Yeah, type kind of your worst enemy, your nemesis when you're playing STI, because it's impossible to get some reliable shots in, even with a PCR and at long distances. In close quarters combat it's fine, but long distances it's really difficult. So yeah, you can only aim for cupola or get lucky in the lower plate. So why am I playing STRVK? In short, maybe not actually. Armor profile is really meh. Your hull kind of gets some trollish bounces. Your turret is a Centurion turret. Sometimes you'll get some bounces off the mantlets or some bounces off the turret as in general when you're hull down, but it's kind of easy to pan if you're a good player and if the guy's not wiggling too much. Why is the tank so strong for me? Why is the tank so strong for me? Because the DPM is great. It's a heavy tank. you have a lot of HP, so like 2500, you can outbrawl meds, you have the same HP as a heavy tank, and you have as good as a DPM as like most medium tanks. You can like have more DPM than most of the medium tanks. So yeah, excuse me, I had to deal with something for a second. And you have a speed boost which allows you to actually catch up medium tanks and even light tanks. So I think this is a really good heavy tank overall, but it's actually really difficult to play. Because you didn't have a lot of armor and you're mobile, poor players will tend to mess up. What can I say? Yeah, it's even kind of difficult for me to play because I don't master this tank. I'm willing to play really hard, to try hard when I'm playing this tank because it's difficult to play. You often, like, your modules are kind of weak also, so you'll get set on fire or get, like, module damage often. And the, like, low penetration and low alpha damage means you have to get a lot of time on target to deal damage. But, all in all, it's a really good tank, really strong. Again, fixing my settings. So I see the 262 and Type R pushing up. I'm seeing an opportunity to get some farm. I'm gonna miss the shell, unluckily. 3 damage on the act, I guess I'm gonna focus on that, pop the adrenaline, and maybe get some track shots. Nope, low roll CD. The alpha damage is like 350 on this tank. It's kind of frustrating sometimes, but it makes the DPM, the DPM's great, so I mean, I can't complain too much. Killing this Yak Tiger quickly. Yep. Now free Kranwagen in the open for some reason, so I'm gonna farm this guy too. See, I'm not like exposing myself for free. I'm getting, as long as I can farm, I don't need to move. I can just farm this dude. I'm still watching the minimap, seeing my team how they are holding up. I'm trying to get some shots into this 50, 120, but it's difficult because he's too low for me. I'm pushing up, trying to get some shots into the Type 71, which is probably my biggest pain. My biggest enemy this game. And yeah, we have a good position and we can farm for free for now. I see the farming simulator is over for now, so I need to push up, probably try and clear the Sheridan, get a shot in. Sheridan's going to deal with him, hopefully. I need to deal with the Kranwagen. I can't stay in the open like this. I popped the speed boost probably for nothing, but to be honest, I'm not going to use it that much this game. I'm trying to get rid of the Kranwagen quickly. I get rid of him. The Waffle is about to get pushed by the STRV, so I'm going to try to farm on the Waffles, but I'm getting a few shots into the STRV, so I'm a bit tired, so my English is meh. Trying to let the Waffle die and farm on him as usual. Now I'm trying to escape from T63 and STRV. I'm staying hold down. I'm getting a few shots. Track shot, luckily. I'm aiming for it, but I don't damage the track and get damage all the time. Sometimes, like, you'll just like damage the track but not really break it completely. And yeah, okay, STRV. Obviously, you can see the turret is kind of troll if you don't have really good penetration. He's gonna overexpose. I'm getting a free shot. I'm fine to trade like this. I have more HP. We're already up to 5,000. I'm trading my hit points away, but I need to do something. I need to deal with him, obviously. I'm gonna miss the shell. That was a really bad shot by me, but it's my fault. I can't complain about it. Clear the STRV. Push forwards. My super conk is gonna hold up actually kind of well in this situation. I know I can push this game up to 6,000. Yeah, I'm getting a max 50B in the back, block him for my super conk to finish him. Yep, and that's it. So, like, kind of trivial game, nothing really special. I just did my job. A lot of the damage comes from the position you'll take at the beginning of the game and reading the enemy lineup. So yeah, casual 6,000 damage, nothing really like incredible to write home about. And lastly, Mr. T57, kind of slow tank as I said, but it can work fine. So this game is kind of, I mean, it was a nice game, but it really shows how I wasn't trying to win. I was actually trying to do damage, and this actually ended up, spoilers, by me losing. And I could have won the game 100%, and I could have actually even won the game and done like the best damage I could. I mean, I could have like done more damage and won the game if I had played properly, but I misplayed a tiny touch, and this cost me. So yeah, slow tank. I'm trying to go with most of my team, and on the damage where most of the damage usually goes, to this side. We'll see the E75 is camping in the back, so yeah, that's some damage for later. TVP is kind of playing aggressive, so I'm worried he will just evaporate if he pushes into our team. So I'm going to play super aggressively. I see I'm not spotting anything, so I can put a TP. He decides to push and didn't even spot us, so that's kind of random. Cops one for it and gets there, realizes he's screwed. I bounce like a muppet off his upper front plate. I'm going to get one shot at least and wait for him to back up and get the second off. And I'm also copying a shot from like 400 damage shot from the back, so I don't know what it is yet. I know D4 is here. I can't push into their spawn because like the tanks are not pushable, and E75 hasn't got a shot into us, so we're just pushing him down here, relocating to that flank, hopefully clipping the E4. Oh, nice Crownwagon popping up, so we're gonna clip him obviously. And yeah, this is a nice clip, and this is why the T57 is so good to get like 4K, because you just get a couple of shells at the beginning and then one clip and you're already up to like half the damage you need to do. We're pushing up, and bad chat suicides. Yeah. Our team is already like super low for no reason, like seriously. But I mean that's fine for us. I'm focusing the E4, getting a lucky bounce here, and I'm not deciding to finish the Crownwagon because I want to maximize my damage and kill the E4. And really and luckily, and I guess that's karma for me, I'm gonna get shot at the moment where I was gonna shoot the E4. This tracks me and turns my tank, and yeah, I shoot the dirt, which is kind of panic attack at this moment because I'm surrounded by 3 tanks. I might even cop a HE from the E4, but luckily he bounces off my track, so that's good for me. And my team just showing they're not the greatest of players by like hanging in the back in like really bad position with low HP, not even doing anything. It's meh. I'm taking a safe position from every single tank here. I'm reloading my clip. E75 cops a shell. TP dies. I'm gonna try and kill the E4 right now. And then the Crownwagen, so I'm gonna push. The Hori is taking care of the projectile on the other side. Taking care of the Crownwagen on the move, and now it's taking care of the E75. Putting a shot into his low plate, only down to 6 AP shells left. This is going to prove to be a problem later on. So, like right now we've got 3,400 damage, already a couple of lucky bounces to be honest. It's kind of trollish armor profile, but I mean, now I decided to trade for the E75, which is a good trade to be honest. I'm getting rid of the tank. Not the best of players, not angling correctly, I get the kill. I would have switched to heat if I needed to be honest. And now I'm going to take a bush. Although the camera rating of the T57 is really bad, I think I really need to get information and spot right now, so I'm going to try to get some info by taking the TD spot and waiting for them to push into me. Yep, luckily the convoy gets spotted, and I'm going to try to track him, get the track off. I might cop a shell, lucky bounce again, really lucky bounces. He's down to 1 shot, and right there I'm going to make a mistake. I'm backing up, and I'm going to decide to not go for the convoy, because right now my dude is 1 shot, and I can get 7 kills, Kolobanov's probably 80,000 damage if he dies, and I can kill all the other admin tanks. The Projector is 1 shot, the convoy is 1 shot, the Super Conk is kind of healthy. So right now if you want to play for the win, you absolutely go for the convoy. If you want to play for damage, it might be a 50-50 you want to go for the convoy, because you probably want to let your E75 die first and farm the Conqueror and then kill the other guys. And in this situation, the right play was going for the convoy, even if you were going for damage. Because your E75 is safe and he's not going to die soon anyway. They have to get to him and you're like there, so they're going to focus you anyway. Tank enters the cap circle. What could it be? Not the convoy. And I'm going to see who's trying to sneak up on my E75, and it's the Super Conqueror. So the Projector was in the cap circle, he gets spotted on top, and now I'm with heats. So I don't have any AP left, and problem with heats is that you can't go through the Super Conk easily because of he has like so much space armor, so you can only go through the lower plate consistently, and maybe a roof. And right now it's just over for me because the convoy flanked me, and this guy gets into face hug with me, so I can't kill him easily, and he probably has the DPM to kill me. I could have killed him if the convoy had been dead at this moment, or he hadn't found the angle to shoot me. And then I would have had a chance to kill the Super Conqueror, and my 75 is still somewhat alive against the one-shot projector. So yeah, this is the end for me. I can't do anything about it. Copping the shot, hoping for a bounce, not gonna happen. Yep, I'm out. So if I had gone for the convoy, I would have not clipped the Super Conqueror, so he would still be on probably 2000 HP, but this guy would have been cleared, and this guy would have held maybe the projectile for longer, so I would still be in like a tough situation, but I'd have most of my hit points, and probably able to clear the Super Conk or the projectile, or even both. So yeah, we lose this game unsurprisingly. 4 kills, unlucky, could have been a better game. So I think you really see what point I'm trying to explain here is if you're playing for damage, you might actually end up screwing yourself up. And I played this game close to perfect, I think. Damage wise, win rate wise, obviously any mistakes, but I think we're not speaking about that right now. It was kind of a slow game, which enabled us to farm kind of well. So yeah, I think I don't have much of a wrap up for today's stream. I hope it was informative for you. I'll be looking maybe to do some more in the future. I hope the audio wasn't that terrible and that there is no echo. And so yeah, I think I'll call that a day. And yep, see you guys next time.